Hello guys, welcome back to another video, and today it's a pickups video and also a little thank you because I did recently hit 500 subscribers, which is crazy. I mean, my channel has always been just a little hobby channel. I don't do anything to try and follow algorithms or follow the trends or anything like that. So yeah, it's always a niche channel. I'm an old bloke just sharing stuff I'm interested in. So yes, to reach 500, that is pretty amazing. So yes, thank you to everybody. I've got to tell you, my 500th subscriber, this is pretty incredible for me at least. I was on 499 for about 3 weeks, and then I woke up about a week ago. I woke up in the morning, I think it was like a Sunday morning or something like that, and I had a, when you get a little notification somebody has subbed to your channel, and I saw a name, Gesvarli has subbed to your channel, and I just thought, that can't be the Gesvarli, can it? Which that name might not mean much to a lot of people, but for certainly any old ravers like me, old 90s ravers, it should do, because yeah, Gesvarli and Mark Bell were LFO. They had a couple of albums out, and they used to do live shows as well, I think. I'm pretty sure I've seen them do a PA in one of the raves I went to back in the day. But I definitely had 2 CDs of theirs. Probably still got the second one somewhere, because I used to play that one a lot. So the first one was Frequencies, which had like the sort of figure on the front. That must have been like 1991 or something like that. And the second one, was it called Advance, I think? The orange one. Pretty sure I've still got that. I used to play that a hell of a lot. Awesome album. Really amazing bass and that in it. Yeah. Kick-ass techno album that was. So yeah, to see him sub to my channel from nothing as my 500th subscriber, that made my day, week, month, year. I think that's going to be hard to beat as a highlight of my YouTube journey. So if you are watching this, Gez, thank you so much, my friend. I don't know what brought you to my channel, but that's awesome. That really is something special. So yes, anyway, but in general, thank you so much to everybody. I really appreciate the subs, but more than everything, I appreciate all of the sort of comments and everything. People always comment on my videos, and I really, really appreciate that. I really enjoy the interaction. That's what it's all about for me. The people chatting and leaving comments on stuff I've done videos of. That really that means the world to me, and I do enjoy it. And hopefully I'll get to meet some of you guys at some events this year. By the way, no beer today, but I'm drinking something called Fernet. Probably won't be familiar to many people. Very popular in Italy, but this is an Argentinian one. They drink this drink all the time in Argentina. It's lovely. Fernet Branca. It's like it's basically like a sort of a herbal spirit. It's quite strong. You mix it with Coke normally, but really nice stuff. If you get a taste for it, it's lovely. So yes, that's what I'm drinking at the moment. Anyway, on to the pickups. So any of these people I mention, I'll try and remember to put links in the comment section to these guys, including Gesvarli, because he's got his own channel where he's got LFO stuff and also some of the stuff that he's done since. So yeah, I'll put link to Gez down below. And also the next person which I'm going to mention, which is Mike's Shed. I bought this from him on the last Swap Shop, which another shout out because Swap Shop is on later. So I better get this video done and uploaded quick, because otherwise it'll be going live the same time as Swap Shop. But yeah, that I bought from him is a Blu-ray called The Void. I didn't think I'd seen this, but I have actually. Since I've received it, I thought, I do remember this. I've seen it a couple of times, but it's a really good film, so I am looking forward to rewatching it. Now, I've got a lot of thin boxes here, so I think I'm going to stack them, because otherwise they're going to fall over. So yes, that's that one. And included with it, he also put in, because Mike, for those that don't know Mike's channel, really good channel, really nice guy, but he's also an incredible artist. And I saw a video he did a little while back where he had redone the artwork for Alien Syndrome on a PSP, because he never liked the artwork on there. And he included this little slipcase. I don't have a PSP, so I don't have any PSP games, sadly, to replace it with. But how cool is that? That artwork is amazing. So yeah, Mike, fair play, my friend. You've certainly got some skills. He's got a little logo on the back there, look. And also with that, you put these 2 little stickers, which I think they're to go on the UMD disc. So if ever I do get another PSP, I'll be sure to get that game and replace the artwork with that, because that's awesome. So yeah, like I said, I'll put a link to Mike's channel. Let's move on to Nintendo Wii. I've been quite busy with the Wii lately, actually. I've been playing quite a bit of that. Still got my original Nintendo Wii from whenever it released. I was over in Argentina at the time, so mine is an NTSC one, which does make buying games a little bit tricky, and I do have to pay more for them. But since picking up Ghost Squad, I've been really enjoying the old light gun games, which I know they're not light gun especially, but you know, it's quite cool because you can play it on a flat screen TV with a light bar. And yeah, they're a lot of fun. So I've been enjoying Ghost Squad, and with that, I decided to pick up House of the Dead Overkill, which I'd never played before. And that's brilliant fun. I do need to get the hand cannon for this game. I'd actually bought one on Facebook, but unfortunately it never arrived, so he's refunded me now. But yeah, I'll keep an eye out for one of those, because I think that will add to the gameplay. But yeah, awesome game for anybody that hasn't played it. Do highly recommend that. Still a lot of fun, and still kind of unique if you don't have a light gun for any of the other consoles. Next, a game which I did have back in the day, and I almost completed it, I think. Got really far through it, but I never finished it. And it's one of those where some of these adventure games, you play them a lot, and then you have a little bit of a break from them, and when you go back, you can't remember what the hell you got to do. And on this game, there's no mini-map or anything like that, I don't think. So I never finished it, but lately I've been thinking I wouldn't mind revisiting the game. And looked on eBay, just to see how much it sells for, and I think it was something like, this copy I got here was something like £5 with delivery. So I thought, wow, for that price, I'll give it another go. And that is Metroid Prime 3 Corruption. Really great game this was. I really liked it. A little bit more action based than the first two, but that suited me. I tried playing the first Metroid Prime, the sort of first 3D one on the GameCube, and I never really gelled with me, but this one I did like. So yeah, I'm hoping on going back and completing that one. So I've got that one there. What else did I get on the Wii? Another one which I'm sure most people will have probably owned and played, but I never did. I played the hell out of Wii Sports, which obviously came with the Wii, but I never played Wii Sports Resort. So yeah, I saw that NTSC version on eBay. I had to pay more than what you would pay for a PAL copy, but it's about £10. So I thought, yeah, I'll grab that. I'm quite looking forward to playing that. So I'm hoping to play a bit of multiplayer on that one. But yes, Wii Sports Resort, long overdue, and should be good fun. And the last one on the Nintendo Wii is another game I've never played. The sequel was supposed to be a lot better than this, I think, but still, new Super Mario Brothers Wii. Again, NTSC, so I had to pay a bit more than what you'd pay for a PAL copy. I think that cost me about £10 with delivery. I think you can pick up the PAL one for about £5. But seeing as I've never played it, I thought I'd give that a bash. So yes, a few Wii games there. What shall I move on to next? Oh, well, while I'm on Nintendo, I'll do some SNES. Picked up 2 SNES games. The first one I got from eBay. I don't have any gameplay footage of either of these, unfortunately, but I think probably most people know them anyway. The first one is UN Squadron. So that's a sort of 2D scrolling shooter. Really good game, quite hard. Good graphics, good gameplay. But it's quite tough because you can only basically take 2 hits. You take 1 hit and then you've got like a sort of a 10-20 second timer where you recharge your shields, and if you take another hit in the meantime, you're dead, and then you have to start a level again. So because of that, I can't get very far, but nonetheless I enjoy it. So yeah, I'm glad I did pick that one up. And the other SNES game I got locally in a little shop called MT Games, and that is Super Adventure Island. For those that don't know, that is basically Wonder Boy or Super Wonder Boy on a SNES. Again, I played Wonder Boy a lot in the arcades, and I played the Specky version, but I never had this. It's a really good game, but you get 1 continue, and I'm one of these people. Once I've used my continue, even if I get a lot further through than what I had previously, once I've used that continue, I start thinking, oh god, I've got to be careful now, and then I'll just die stupidly and just like fall off a platform or something. So if anyone knows if there's such a thing as a poke, I don't know if you get pokes on the SNES, but if there is a poke where you can get infinite lives, I'd love that, because I'd like to get further through on that game really. But nonetheless, 10 quid, really happy to have it. Then what have I got? I've got a couple of specky games. The first game I'm going to show here came from Jace at Retro Games. And this one unfortunately doesn't work. I only paid £1.50 for this, and I got it because Al's Arcade always mentions it, and that is Invasion of the Body Snatchers, which is actually a Defender clone. But yeah, £1.50, but I can't get it to load. I've tried and tried. Who knows, maybe the radiator trick will work on it, but yeah, being sort of quite warm at the moment, I don't want to be putting radiators on. So yeah, maybe next winter I'll get to play it. And the second one is a game I already had, so you might recognise this, and that is Picnic Paranoia on a TI-99. Jace had 2 copies of this when I bought mine. I bought my first one probably about 2 years ago. He had 2 copies, really bargain price for a sealed game, 20 quid. But obviously I opened mine and played it, which I didn't regret, because it's a game I have a lot of nostalgia for, so I do play that now and again. But ever since then, whenever I look on the site, because he just by coincidence, whenever I want stuff, he doesn't seem to have it in stock. Even though he's got a massive load of stock on his website, he never seems to have what I'm looking for. But I keep looking, and he's always got this one there. And the more I see it, I just keep thinking, should I get that as well? So I've got a sealed copy to keep, just to go on a shelf. So in the end, I had some credit, so I thought, you know what, I'll buy it. 20 quid, I thought I'll get it. And I'm glad I did, because it's actually better condition than the other one I've got. So yeah, there we go. Sealed copy of Picnic Paranoia, 20 quid, which is an absolute steal. And that is going to stay sealed, well, certainly for the rest of my lifetime. Who knows, I might go to the grave with it. As Dave Retro Games Badly always says, he's taking these games to the grave with him. But if I don't, somebody else can have a joy of opening that one. But yeah, that's going to stay sealed. I'm happy to have it because it's a big time nostalgic game for me. And let's finish up with games. A disc, BBC Micro disc. Don't get many of these, but this was a bargain. I think it was something like 6 or 7 quid, and it's a Superior Software Collection Volume 1. So on there you've got Synchron, Repton, Karate Combat, Star Striker, Airlift, BMX on the Moon, Wallaby, Smash and Grab. So yeah, some great games on there. If you fancy seeing any gameplay of any of these, let me know, because I'm always happy to do a video of them. But yeah, Synchron is the main one, but that's balls hard. That really is hard as nails. It's basically like, what's the game, the side-scrolling shooter? How can I not think of it? It'll come to me in a minute. Famous on Commodore 64. Oh, Uridium, that's it. It's basically like Uridium, but a vertical scrolling instead, but a lot faster, and it's just hard as nails. But so far, out of these games, I really like Airlift, actually. That's a Choplifter clone. So, but yeah, really cool to have it, and a disc loads up fine. So yeah, another one for my disc collection. And then the last game, which I might add a little bit of gameplay on the end, because I haven't got any gameplay of this, but it is quite cool. And that is my first ROMox cartridge. I don't think these were released in the UK for the TI-99, and that is called Princess and the Frog. But yeah, I really like the cartridges on these. I hope this is focusing in okay, but look at how sleek that is. It's kind of like the Lotus of TI-99 carts. And it's quite cool because on the back, which is obviously the base, you get a little sort of screenshot and everything of the game. Really cool. Love that. And yeah, there's the sort of writing on the sort of label end. But yeah, quite unusual. Weird shape of cartridge, but I really like it. So I might, like I say, I might edit on a little bit of gameplay about the end. It's a Frogger clone, as you'd probably guess from the name. I wouldn't say it's that good. In fact, it's kind of broken. But I don't know why I like it, even though I've got Frogger on the TI-99 by Parker Brothers, which is awesome. But I still quite like this. There's something about it. So yeah, I might show you a little bit of that in a minute. That's about it for games. So I've got some music to show next. A couple of LPs from Record Store Day. That was last month. And yeah, Record Store Day, that's obviously for the independent shops. Sadly, we don't have any in Taunton anymore. Used to have one called Black Cat Records, which I used to like to visit, but that's gone now. So I had to wait until these were available online. But I was able to grab both of the ones I wanted, which is really cool. So yeah, the first one is Nick Mason's Saucer Full of Secrets, and that is Echoes Live. Mine wasn't signed, sadly. Some of these are signed. I think there was something like 100 of them signed. But yeah, mine isn't signed, but yeah, really cool to have. So yeah, any Pink Floyd fans, you're going to enjoy that one. And the next one is absolutely awesome because I went to this. Not everyone likes this. This is Roger Waters' Dark Side of the Moon Redux, which I know gets a lot of hate. I personally really like it. Like I say, we went to this concert, so to have a live recording of it, and it's on a really nice vinyl as well. See if I can slide it out. It's a like a translucent pink. Can I get it? There we go. Yeah, how cool is that? Yeah, really nice vinyl. Really nice recording as well. So nice to relive that. Yeah, a lot of people hate this album. I don't quite get it. I don't get why people dislike it so much. Just because for me, I've always liked alternative takes on albums. It doesn't replace the original. For instance, I used to love Massive Attack Protection. I liked the Mad Professor version of that, which was called No Protection, I seem to recall. Really enjoyed that one. I liked Primal Scream when they released Vanishing Point. They released another, like a dub version called Echo Deck. Really enjoyed that. There's been quite a few albums where they've done like an alternative version. Saint Etienne with Casino Classics. You know, I really like those different takes. So that's another one I'd put like that really. It's really nice to hear a different take after all these years, and kind of suits with Roger's age. Yeah, I like the down tempo nature of it. So yeah, very cool. Anyway, I'm rambling on a bit. So the next, or the last music thing I'm going to show you. This is a mix album, a mix CD. I'm pretty sure I've still got this somewhere. So I'll probably have 2 copies at some point. If I do, I might put this as a little sort of channel giveaway or something if I find the original one. But yeah, Fabric Live 50, that's D-Bridge and instrumental. Absolutely awesome drum and bass album this was. It's kind of more of like a down tempo, sort of stripped back drum and bass. What did they call it? Autonomic? Yeah. Really cool album. Loved it. So yeah, very happy to have that again. Really atmospheric. I've been listening to that quite a lot, and I'm glad to have it back. It is a bit squashed, annoyingly. It was brand new actually. It was still sealed when I bought this, but they put it just in a really thin jiffy bag, so it got one of the corners got squashed in a post. I don't know if you can see that, but bit annoying. I was never a big fan of these tin CDs. I used to have a lot of these Fabric Live ones, but that, I think that was my favourite. That and Groove Rider I used to like as well. So yeah, that's it for music. So yeah, 1 VHS, a peripheral, a couple of toys, and then I'm done. So the movie is Gappa VHS. Probably not many people know this film. For those that do know Gorgo, which again is quite niche, I guess not many people know Gorgo, but this was basically, it's interesting because Gorgo was basically the British take on Godzilla, and Gappa was pretty much the Japanese take on Gorgo. Very much similar storyline. Not as good as Gorgo, but quite good. Quite good fun. So yeah, I picked that up cheap. So yeah, I thought I'll add that to my collection. Quite a good film. I haven't seen that in quite a few years, so I will be watching that soon. Right, next we did the peripheral, which is a joystick. That's going to look familiar because recently I showed the Wiko trackball, and this is a Wiko joystick, which is one I've been after for a long time actually. I've always been curious about this one. but you don't tend to see it in the UK. And this just randomly appeared in one of the Facebook groups that I'm in. They were only asking something like £13, I think, plus postage. So yeah, I grabbed that. Really well made joystick, and it's got the leaf switches, so you don't get that annoying micro switch sound. And it's actually really solidly built. I took it apart to give it a good clean inside, and yeah, this thing's built to last. Pretty cool. So I'll probably do most of my videos with that one from now on, so I don't get the annoying micro switch sound in the background. So if you do have a chance on one of these, I do recommend them. Built like an absolute solid thing. And then lastly, I've got a couple of toys. So I'll just have a little sip of my drink, and then I'll show you those. You might remember me talking in my last pickups video about falling down the corgi rabbit hole. I've shown restraint. I'm sticking to just getting the toys that I remember owning, so I haven't bought any of the other corgis, just because the ones I want are still selling for too much money. But in the meantime, I stumbled across Matchbox, and I'd forgotten all about Matchbox. Matchbox, I do remember having a lot more toys of, but again, I'm taking it steady. I'm only getting a select few of the ones which I definitely had and boxed, really. And this is one, as soon as I saw this, I thought, my God, that takes me back. So probably a few of you might remember this, and that is the Swamp Rat from Matchbox. I had a few of these little military ones, but that was one I really remember. I loved that one. So yeah, all sealed in its box, and it was really cheap as well. I think he's got more of these, the seller that I bought from, so if anyone's interested, I can pop a link to you. It was £12.99 all in its box there. Look at that, how cool is that? Yeah, I don't want the Matchbox, the sort of modern remakes that they're selling now, the sort of crap made in China stuff. But yeah, these old made in England ones, they were cool as hell. So yeah, I got that one. And the other Matchbox one I picked up, which I was really surprised to get as cheap as I did, because as soon as I saw this again, I thought, wow, that's one I had. And it was an auction. It was a 7-day auction, and it had a start price of, I think, £6. And I put a bid, I think I put a bid in of about £15 or something like that. I thought, yeah, I'll be happy if I get it for that, but I wasn't sure if I'd get it. But it ended up I was the only bidder, so I got it for £6 plus something like £1.50 postage. And that is the Skybusters. I think that was a Russian jet, if I remember rightly. But yeah, I definitely had this one. Remember it really well. And I'm absolutely thrilled to get it for, £7 something. That's cool as hell. That's the other ones they did. Don't remember. I think I had more aeroplanes than this, but I don't remember which other ones I had. But yes, that one. So what is it? It's the MiG-21. Yeah, awesome. It wasn't actually sold as brand new and sealed in box, but no signs of use on it. I don't know how well the camera's focusing in there, but yeah, awesome. So they're just going on display, so I love having those. And that is about it, really. I do have a couple of figures which I might edit on to the end, or I might do a separate video of those. A couple of Godzilla figures. Yeah, I might do a separate video of those, I think. But what I might do now is just stop it there and just show you a little bit of gameplay of Princess and the Frog, and edit that on to the end. So yeah, anyway, in case I don't get around to that, because I do want to get this uploaded before Swap Shop starts. So in case I don't get around to that, thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you another time, and that is all.